Hey everyone, it's Kelly. I have a new Project Life process video for you today. It's been a little while since I've posted one of these. And if you're familiar with my Project Life, you know that I typically do a double page spread for each week. But I have found probably over the last 3 or 4 weeks when I am creating these that I was not taking a lot of photos. This is week 21 and 22, so it's just at the very end of May, beginning of June, and we were in full on house cleanup, clean out mode at this point. And I just wasn't taking a lot of pictures because I was spending all of my free time purging the rooms, getting things set up for garage sales, just really focusing on getting our house cleaned out. So I just did not have a lot of pictures. So for this spread this week, it's actually going to be 2 weeks, but I'm going to treat it as a double page spread. So even though it is week 21 on the left-hand side and week 22 on the right-hand side, I am using products and treating it as a double page spread. So everything is going to look nice and cohesive when it's actually in my album. I am using a combination of Ali Edwards kits. So I have some of the Laugh Story kit. I think I have some of the May Stories by the Month and just some odds and ends. I also have the Ampersand Story kit in this spread as well. I was just kind of looking mainly for colors and not so much a theme. I did like the May equals magic card, especially since it was the last week of May. That was really the last time I was going to be able to use this card until May of next year. So let's go ahead and talk about what I'm doing. In the very beginning, you saw that I trimmed out that letter G on the card, the laugh card, so that way I could tuck both of those screenshots in there. And those are screenshots from Facebook. They were funny things my son had said in years past, and I wanted to include those. I just stamped a label stamp onto a piece of copy paper, which is what I'm trimming out now. I sized the text in Photoshop to fit within that label, so it was not a lucky guess that the label fit. I did that on purpose, and I used some Ali Edwards ink to stamp that orange color. I wanted to make sure that I added a little bit of orange around the spread because that Be Patient card on the left-hand side of the spread towards the bottom has that orange color, and so does one of the photos that I have on the right-hand side of the spread, along with the This and That journaling card. I did add all of my journaling ahead of time on the cards using Photoshop. I did have a question recently if I'm still using PicMonkey, because I have mentioned in the past couple videos about using Photoshop, and I do use PicMonkey to edit all of my photos and to add text to my photos. But if I'm adding text to journaling cards, I just find that Photoshop's ruler guide is so much more advanced than PicMonkey's, and I am just able to quickly and easily measure out and add journaling onto cards that are physical cards. So if it was a digital card, it would be a different story. I could just add the journaling onto the digital card and print it out. But all of these cards that you see here were physical cards from the kits. So I am doing my usual thing where I'm just going through and adding some stamping onto my cards, and I will add some stamping onto my photos as well. I will link any stamp sets that are still available in the description box below. This stamp set that I'm using here, for instance, is not going to be available because it was part of the Action Story kit from Ali Edwards, and those are only available during the month that the kit is available. So while I'm just going through here and getting things stamped, I'm just going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the week, just kind of walk you through what was happening. I do want to mention here real quick before I do that, this cat stamp that I'm going to use, that is from Everyday Explorers, and I'm actually going to use the leftover portion of the card where I cut out the messy middle on the top right hand side on that photo. I thought that that was a good way to kind of use up that scrap and make me feel a little bit more justified in trimming out that messy middle. I tend to like to try to save my cards to use for specific events or spreads. I sometimes feel a little bad cutting into them, but you know what? I have so many in my stash right now, and as I was making this, I thought, you know what? I'm just going to use them any way that I can to get them used. Better for them to be used than just to sit in my stash for years and years, hoping that the right event or right moment will come along. Okay, so while I'm chatting, let's go ahead and jump back into the spread here. So I'll walk you through the week. As always, on the left-hand side, I'm going to have my title card in the upper left-hand corner. The photo that is next to that I just placed that ampersand on, that is a photo of my son. It's just two photos collaged together. The one is from the first day of school, and the other is from the last day of school. I like to take his photo in front of our garage door because when I put the two photos together, it's really easy to see how much he's grown because you can use the squares in the background as kind of a ruler or measurement guide to see how much he has changed. And as you can see, he grew so much over the course of the school year. In the middle column on the left-hand side, I have that laugh card that I've already talked about with the two screenshots. I do have a screenshot of the weather from that week. And then in the middle, I also have that May equals magic card. And I added a few little snippets throughout the week. I use a happy planner as kind of a daily journal, and I keep record of things that happen throughout the week. So that way, when I am so far behind in Project Life, I just put the spread together today, which is July 31st. So I'm 2 months past when this week actually happened. And I use that memory planner as a way to go back in time and see small little details that happened. So I was able to pull quite a few small details from May and put it onto that journaling card because of that journal. And I have thought about maybe doing a flip through or recording a process video of how I put together my happy planner and how I use it for Project Life. If that's something that you would be interested in, let me know in the comments below. It is absolutely life-saving for me when it comes to Project Life. I would not be able to keep up with this project without it. The photo that's next to that is where I added that stamped label, and that is a picture of our kitchen table on the last day of school. My son's book bag just kind of got emptied out onto the kitchen table, and I don't know if in your house it's the same way, but our kitchen table is kind of the catch-all for everything. Everything ends up there. The photo on the bottom left-hand side is the picture of our windows in the front of our house. As I had mentioned, we were really focusing on getting things cleaned up and things ready to get our house listed. And one of the things that we needed to do was paint our windowsills. So my husband has the windows open. He painted the windowsills, and we had to come up with a creative way to keep our cats out of the windows. So we stacked candles on the windowsills, hoping that that would keep them out of the windows while the paint was drying. And it did work for a good length of time. So it ended up being fine. I have that card that says be patient that I added some journaling on there. And that was just talking about how endless the task of getting our house cleaned out seems. So it was just something that really felt like it was never going to end. I felt like I was going to be doing it forever. Thankfully, we have gotten a lot done. So we're in a good place now that I'm able to start putting out some more process videos and have a little bit more time in my craft room. On the right-hand side, I'm going to use that pink ampersand card as my title card. The photo next to that is a photo of our garage sale that we had this week. That was the second garage sale that we had had so far that summer. And I thought that messy middle embellishment was a great way to kind of remember and kind of draw attention to that we are in the middle of getting things ready and getting things done for getting our house listed. I have a journaling card that this memories card is kind of covering at the moment, and it's just talking about little snippets that were happening throughout the week. So very similar to what I have in that May equals magic card. It's just going through the details from the week. The photo next to that, I had added some journaling in PicMonkey, and it was of a certificate that a friend of mine at work had given me, and it just totally made my day. I didn't know she was going to do it, and I had helped her get some decorations and things done for her son's graduation open house, and she gave me a certificate and a gift card. It was really unexpected and really sweet. The photo next to that is on that 3x4 journaling card, and it is a picture of my cat laying on one of the tubs that I was getting around for a garage sale. And he just looked humongous on that tub. He's the biggest cat we've ever had. So I snapped that photo and I actually texted it to my husband so that way he could see him on there. The photo next to that is a picture of my dog and my cat. My cat wanted inside and he jumped up and he's clinging on the screen outside our window. So I just thought that that was a funny photo. I snapped it, again, text it to my husband. I do that a lot throughout the day when my husband's at work and I'm at home. I'll send him pictures of the cats or just random things that are happening throughout the house while he is gone. So right now my Misty has the bottom photo covered, but I'll go ahead and explain what it is. You'll see it after the Misty has moved. But it is another screenshot from Facebook. And then on the journaling card, I talked about how important I think Project Life is, because I wasn't doing Project Life back when I was taking these screenshots of these memories on Facebook, and how I have forgotten these things. And because of Project Life now, I'm able to flip back through and see little details and little moments from each week, which is what is really important to me when it comes to memory keeping. And I just talk about how I wish I would have started this project so much sooner. But I also have one more photo on the bottom right hand side, which you can kind of see it peeking out from underneath the Misty. And it's just a 4x6 picture of my Shih Tzu Maya. She was looking awfully cute, just laying next to me on the couch. So I snapped a photo of her. I'm going to get this final title card finished, and then once I get the dates on there, the spread is going to be complete. I will bring some still shots up at the end of the video so you can see things in a little bit more detail, a little bit closer up. If you have any questions about the products that I used or the techniques that I did or anything at all, feel free to leave a comment below. I always enjoy reading your comments so much. I can't tell you how much they mean to me and how much I appreciate this community here on YouTube. I love getting to know and just chatting back and forth with other like-minded people who love paper crafting as much as I do. I'm a huge YouTube fan. It's my favorite thing to do on the weekend is have a cup of coffee and catch up with my favorite crafters. And I hope that you enjoy my videos as much as I enjoy watching other creative people create this type of content. So let me know again if you have any questions. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. If you haven't subscribed, I would love for you to. And I would also love to hear from you. So just let me know if you liked this video, if you'd like to see more of these Project Life videos. Normally these get a pretty good response, so it's something that I try to put together as frequently as I can. I'm hoping to have more of these videos up soon, and I will catch you all then. I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.